Welcome to the Intent Yoga podcast. This is my new podcast and it's all about the Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras are a very important text in the yoga tradition. Why? Because they summarize and put everything in order and synthesize the whole yoga method in one book. It puts all the sacred book together and gave an order that became a psychological treaty. And the beauty of the Yoga Sutras is the more I learn and the more the science progress, every time the science is confirming the Yoga Sutras day-to-day basis. The dopamine, serotonin, all is known by the sages and is put it in such a way that it becomes a practical tool for our daily life. So the Yoga Sutras are 196 aphorisms that are geared to help you in the path of self-realization. What it means, self-realization, is to realize that we are one. Is to realize your soul and the purpose of your soul. That's self-realization. I realize myself, therefore I act on it. What is going to happen is that when you study the self thoroughly and you understand yourself, the Yoga Sutras gives you tool to see yourself in such a way that you realize who you are not, and little by little you start realizing who you are, and you start acting from who you are, from that infinite soul that we are, from that infinite lights that we have. We act from there, not from fear, like animals. That's what differentiates humans from animals. Animals are in a survival mode. Humans, we can self-realize ourselves. We understand morals. We understand that we are more than animals, and that we, instead of having instinct, animal instinct, we start developing intuition. So the Yoga Sutras help you to find intuition and live in the present moment in such a way that every act is an uplifting act that benefits you and others at the same time. One of the most beautiful things about yoga is that when you talk about yoga, when you are living in a yoga state, in a oneness state, when you have a conversation, that conversation is heart to heart. And when you have a heart to heart conversation, what happens? You are uplifted and you uplift. When there is one person that is uplifted, everyone else is. That's why yoga is to uplift you and everyone else. It has nothing to do with competition. It's nothing to do with being better than someone else. It's all about understanding yourself, have your own insights, share them with the world, and see if we can uplift each other in such a way that we create a more happy world. Nowadays, in the AI world, we are losing connection with each other, and we are losing connection and intimacy with each other, and the relationships are very individualized, and we need to come back to our soul. We need to come back to our heart. We need to start talking to each other's hearts instead of bumping head to each other. That's why I feel this podcast is so important right here, right now. I'm talking about now. Now is the first word that appears in the Yoga Sutras. The first Yoga Sutra is Hatha Yoga Anushasanam, which means now we began the sacred art of yoga. Now. What now implies? Now implies that we cannot do yoga anywhere else. Now implies That now that you learn all the texts that came before, now you're ready to learn yoga. Now that you tried everything else and it didn't work, now you realize that you need yoga. And now is the time where yoga happens. Yoga does not happen on the past, it's not happening on the future, it's happening now. When you're not on your head, but you instead you're a sentient being. You have awareness, you have consciousness. You feel your skin, you feel your bones, you feel your muscles. That's why yoga today is related to physical work, but it's not so. Physical work is just a means to elevate our consciousness through the senses, through feeling our body, through feeling our breath, through feeling our mind. Is to move our head to our body now. Now it means that we are not in the past, depressed about it, or anxious, or fearful for the future. We are here now where the infinite happens. In the present moment, the past is contained and the future is contained. So when you see a seed, the seed has the information from the previous tree, and it has the information for the tree to come. So the seed is the present moment, and it contains the infinite, because everything that is going to happen later is within yourself, within your visualization, within your information. So you have access to the future on the present moment. You have access to the past on the present moment. Yet, yoga happens only in the now. Now we start a sacred exposition of the art of yoga. Yoga Hatha Anushasanam. So the whole Yoga Sutras is a philosophy that allows us to be in the present. So what it means to be in the present is not to be on the head, is to be on your body, is to have feelings, to act accordingly to the present moment rather than past knowledge, rather than fear of what is going to happen on the future. You act on the present moment by being present now and acting to what you have in front of you. That means in the present moment, there is no judgment, there is only the right action. In the present moment, you cannot speak everything. You know those times when you are thinking of everything that you're going to tell a person. You think of all the answers, all the probabilities that a conversation can take you, whether you were mad or whether you want to convince that person of something, and then you get into the conversation, you studied, you thought about what you were going to say, and in what's happening in that moment, all that you thought about collapses. Why? Because the present moment requires a different kind of understanding than any understanding that you can have when you are strategically thinking what to say. And the words come if you're connected, because your interaction in that moment, being present on the conversation, means you listen to the person that is in front of you, you feel the feelings of the person that is in front of you, and you act in consequence. You become proactive and responsive to that conversation at that moment in time. And that conversation won't be able to be repeated on the future or on the past. That conversation will happen at that time with those combinations of words and so on. So when you have a conversation, if you're in the present moment, you'll see that you will move from the head to the heart, and then you will start having an intimate moment. And I'm not talking about the sexual intimacy, I'm talking about the heart to heart intimacy. When you are vulnerable, the other person is vulnerable, and you're talking from your heart and you're uplifting each other. So yoga is not just position. Yoga is to be in the present moment, is to give the moment what that moment requires, is skillful action, is do what that moment is requiring. Sometimes the right thing is to yell and grab someone from the hand so they don't cross the street in the moment that a car is passing. And sometimes he's saying, it's okay, I hear you, I feel you, you're here, and calm the other person. So it's never, the present moment brings an infinite possibilities that if you're aware, you'll see that things will flow in a beautiful way. So the Yoga Sutras gives you the tool so you can act according to what the moment is asking from you. It's gonna give you the tools so you can be present and not in your head. Gives you the tools so you can be in your heart and not in your head. So the whole next 195 Yoga Sutras is about finding yourself in the present moment and live life rather than survive it. That's the wisdom of the Yoga Sutras. So we're gonna do a meditation to close this episode, to bring ourselves to the present moment through the breath and through the body. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Maintain that breath, breathe in, breathe out, and keep that breath as I guide you through this meditation. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Arrive to your body, feeling your breath moving in through your nose, moving out through your nose. Soft, smooth inhalation, soft, smooth exhalation. Arrive to your body. Arrive to now. And repeat to yourself silently, I am here. I feel and I live within my body. My body is my temple. I am here now. I am here. I live in my body. My body is my temple. Watch your breath coming in and coming out. Feeling what you feel. sensing what you sense. Come to this present moment. An infinite gift that happens right here, right now. Arrive home. And just breathe and just be. I am here. I live in my body. My body is my temple. And the present is an infinite gift. Just be. Just be. Soft, small inhalation, soft, small exhalation. Breathe deeply in. Breathe out. And breathe in to finish with one long hum. Feel the silence. Namaste. And I hope you feel much better now after the meditation, that you can experience the gift of yoga, because yoga is a philosophy, but also is an experience. Without experience, there is no yoga. So here we are in studying this subject of yoga, that is, yoga helps you, and yoga uplifts you, and yoga heals you. I see you next week for the next episode. Namaste.